flash in a token? I don't think they can flash in a token. So maybe we just go in for Tinybones and Sheltered by Ghosts, and now we go in for Shelly's Edict and a creature token. This is a token, so sacrifice it. They can animate the rest of, I think that's probably what they're thinking here. That? Yeah, oops. Hey, you know what? Hey. Give him a cheers. Give him a cheers to the broken Gengar mug. Do I want to make them discard here? So now we've got Tinybones. Let's try this out. Bandit's Talent. All right, and what are we going to get? Tinybones, we're going to be able to steal it from you. Oh my god, it's Sheltered by Ghosts. Oh my god. Yeah, they know absolutely. Tinybones takes it. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode of Man Man, and today we've got a juicer for you. So hopefully you're in for the mood for a little bit of villainous stuff here, because I'm usually a hero, but today we're being a villain. Let's go and dive right in to our deck here. We got the Tinybones, and we're actually running both Tinybones for a little bit of flavor here. But what does this card do? Whenever an opponent discards a card, you're basically just going to exile it and put a stash counter on it, and you're basically just going to be able to cast it for any single color, which is kind of nice, obviously, because we are mono black. But we can also, for 4, each opponent discards a card, and so you got that prolonging type of ability here, and only has a sorcery, but that's okay. So this Tinybones is absolutely amazing in this type of shell here. I mean, this deck is pretty straightforward in what it wants to do. It wants to have your opponent have absolutely no hand, and then you kind of just maybe take over the game with either like a Lily, a Braids, or an Aclazotz, or a Shelly. That's basically it. Early game, discard. Mid game, we don't want to get to that late game. Late game might be a little scary, but late game we do have some a little bit more things we can do. Of course, we're going for Bandit's Talent now. I initially had 4 Bandit's Talent in this deck. I don't think you should be doing that. I think 2 is just fine, because when you do have 1 Bandit's Talent, typically you're just going to pump it. It's more of like a mana sink, so I think running like more than 2 is a little bit of a mistake in my opinion. But nevertheless, with the Tinybones, you do want to have a lot of discard. I initially started off like a hand destruction as well. There's a lot of cards that just exile, but you want to discard them to make the most use of Tinybones, because whenever they discard it, you have to exile it from their graveyard, so you don't want them to exile it from the beginning. Of course, we're running Liliana. I mean, why not? Liliana also has something in common with the Nowhere to Run, because they get around the ward and hexproof and all that nonsense. So Shard Mage's Rescue, all this like nonsense. I mean, just anything, even like Skrelv or something like that. Nowhere to Run can take care of it because the ward does not trigger. So Nowhere to Run is really good versus like the Mice, Shard Mage's Rescue, Snakeskin Veil, all the nonsense here. So we are very, very low to the ground. I mean, if you notice, I actually am running in the sideboard. I will give a shout out to this card. Nobody's really running this, but the where's that? Moment of Craving. Moment of Craving. This is so good versus aggro because target creature gets -2/-2, kills those mice. You don't take any of that damage, and it's the life gain. I know you're gonna say, well, you can get rid of stuff for 1, rather like a cut down or something like that, or like a disfigure. But it is what it is. So okay, I guess we can establish the cut down and the disfigure debate. If you're running best of 1, I prefer disfigure. If you're running best of 3, I do slightly prefer cut down, because you do see a lot less of the aggro. You see a lot more like zombie slashers, the 2/3. You see more Fear of Isolation. Fear of Isolation is everywhere. With the Pixie decks that has like the 2 and 3 toughness, so I think cut down's a little. See, it kind of, you know, it just matters on the meta. The meta is shifting a little bit more to the cut down aspect right now, but I digress. Of course, we got Aclazotz, the Deepest Betrayal, one of the sickest cards of all time, and I think this card's gonna stand the test of time. It is one of my favorite cards, like ever. I'm not even joking you. Aclazotz is insane, and of course, the King of Discard itself. We got the Queen of Life Drain herself. We got whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Opponent just draws a card, they lose 2 life. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal. I do have 1 Hostile Investigator. It is a discard deck after all, so we do like to have that as the clue token. I do slightly prefer Shelly. I think the Hostile Investigator is a little bit better in like a bigger, more like if the curve is a little bit more extended, because typically we're going to be discarding so hard with Hopeless Nightmare, Tinybones Joins Up, Bandit's Talent, and even a Nezumi Informant, that I think that by the time this comes out, you know, you don't want to run basically what I'm saying, don't run like 3 or 4. I think 1, maybe even 2 is fine. So of course we got Braids and the Thought-Stalker Warlock. The Stalker Warlock is going to be able to snag anything from their hand if you deal damage, which is kind of nice because otherwise the Informant is just kind of chilling there. But then you can also sacrifice it with Braids and the Thought-Stalker Warlock, and then that's pretty much it. So this is the deck here. As always, we're going to give a special shout out to the Mana Rocks. The Mana Rocks are the patrons and the YouTube channel members, and we do have a brand new Mana Rock upon us. So thank you so much, Anthony. You know what? A special shout out to you, Anthony, because I actually changed. If this is your first video, you probably won't know, but with this, I changed the thing to black. You'll be able to kind of see it, obviously, but it is hopefully you can kind of see the names a little bit better. And you know, as we can, you know, it's about the small changes. The small changes as we go on as a channel. You know, I want to kind of give ode to the names here. So hopefully this you know, looks a little bit better. So as we do continue to go on, like I said, I do thank you so much. So feel free to join us in the Discord. I can say that every single video, but like I said, we're growing. We're growing every single day. We're making small tweaks. Hopefully someday we'll make some big tweaks. But for now, just keep in mind that only you, yes, you, can help protect the Aether with me. So make sure to leave a like on the video. The button looks just like this. It does help out the channel tremendously. And without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Strong Jaw Ale. What a name. All right, let's go ahead and keep this. Looks good to me. Yeah, hopefully I can kind of get used to this Tinybones here, man. This Tinybones, no one appreciates him, and I think we like him. I think we like him in this deck. So hopefully we can kind of get a little bit of momentum going. Good God, that took absolutely forever. I can't believe it. That was hold on, like I think I have a timer here. It took about 2 minutes for that rope to go through. I mean, they gave you so much time. So I guess now you know you got about 2 minutes. You got about 2 minutes, and then another rope before they boot you, before even taking an action, which is absolutely insane to me. So, all right, we're playing. Yeah, oops. Oops is right. That's crazy, though. I cannot believe that you can enter a game and do nothing for, like, 3 minutes, and it just doesn't boot you. I mean, that is just absolutely insane to me. But let's not cry over spilt milk here. We got the Tinybones here. I mean, I guess it's probably just better to go in for the Deep-Cavern Bat. Let's go ahead and just take a peek here. Sheltered by Ghosts. I hate Sheltered by Ghosts. So I guess we'll just take the Ghosts. And now they concede. How fitting. Alright, we're back in action, baby. Let's go ahead and keep this. Leyline Axe. Here we go. So here's the Leyline Axe. I'm not super worried about this yet. Obviously, we do have a kind of a slower hand here, but with this thing, I mean, Double Strike and Trample. I haven't really tinkered with this thing yet, but I'm assuming it's not like the most insane thing ever. Blade Hold Whip, this card's good. So if they're running like, man, even with Callan, this doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, but we'll see. Don't think there's really anything too crazy to do right now. I guess they could have, well, because Nowhere to Run gets rid of all their hexproof nonsense. I don't think we're really even worried about that, so I guess we might as well just do this now. Nowhere to Run. I guess we prevent the scrying here from the Warden, so that's nice. For Mirrodin, Double Strike. Don't love that. Kind of awkward here with a bunch of 2-drops and a 4-drop, so don't really maintain efficiency here, which is pretty unfortunate. I think we just dropped this thing down. I know it's not very exciting. Just drop our cute little Rat Rogue here, but just gonna get some discard going while they still have a hand, because if they don't have a hand, you know, you might be kind of shit out of luck as the game goes on. If you have cards that discard and they don't have anything to discard, well, you didn't really do anything. So do like a Double Strike Trample. I understand this is gonna be not a pleasant hit whatsoever. I could drop the Shelly, but I think it's probably better just to kind of get rid of this, because if can they flash in a token? I don't think they can flash in a token. So maybe we just go in for Tinybones and then Shelly's Edict before we go in for Shelly herself. You come to think of it, I might as well swing in, I guess. I mean, I guess they could go for a Bivouac. Whatever. Because this is a token. If this was a non-token, I would just use the Edict now. But I can't imagine they can flash in a token. I don't think that deck's really built for that, but who knows, we'll see. Sheltered by Ghosts, and now we go in for Shelly's Edict and a creature token. This is a token, so sacrifice it. They can animate the rest of I think that's probably what they're thinking here. That, yeah, oops, hey, you know what? Hey, give him a cheers to the broken Gengar mug. Do I want to make them discard here? So now we've got Tinybones, the Bauble Burglar. Every time I discard it, I can pretty much steal it, which is kind of cool. I'm going to try it out. Let's try this out. Bandit's Talent. Bandit's Talent's going to make you discard. And what are we going to get? Tinybones, we're going to be able to steal it from you. Oh my god, a Sheltered by Ghosts. We are going to steal a Sheltered by Ghosts on the strong. Oh my god. Yeah, they know absolutely. Tinybones takes it. TTV Noodle Wolf. Hello, welcome to the show, baby. Let's go. Hopeless Nightmare Bat into a Warlock Lizard. I mean, it's pretty much like the dream curve here, so hopefully we can kind of make the most use of it. We are relatively low to the ground, so 4 lands is a little bit steep, but let's go ahead and take a look what you got here. Hold on. Time out. Let's get a sleeves check here. Sleeve check. What is this? What is this, Nashi? I don't know. I've seen these. I don't know. I've never seen these before. Or I've seen these before, but I've never seen them like available. But speaking of revealing stuff here, let's go ahead and take the Deep-Cavern Bat and everyone's favorite bat. This thing is ooh. Well, they've got the means to deal with this. This is actually kind of close. Maybe I just kind of cry. Man, this is kind of why the bat is not always that good. So maybe I take the damn. Let's just commit to it. I mean, they have all the removal in the world. I know I have the Thought-Stalker Warlock next turn. I could, you know, do. Ooh, now I've got Duress. Now that kind of changes things a little bit. A little bit awkward here. Let's go ahead and swing in here. Alright, so we got Split Up. Split Up is gross. Maybe I just drop the Braids. Because Split Up's not very good here. So let's just drop the Braids. I know they could go for Get Lost, which is obviously unfortunate. Our line was extraordinarily weird here. I don't really know how I feel about this. We could have let them have the Clear Fire bricks. I imagine they get lost on the Braids here, but we're going to have to get through it either way. At least we do get a little bit of value here. I'm coping a little, just because this is not great. But the thing is the Thought-Stalker Warlock. Let's see if they want to... They do. So they are going to trade the Split Up directly for it. I think we're looking okay here. Nowhere runs seemingly a dead card in this matchup, but that's okay. Alright, let's go for Duress. Get Lost. Another Get Lost is kind of yucky. I think, you know, ultimately this Sunfall is really not like that atrocious. It's close. It's close, but I think let's just be safe here. Yeah, Thought-Stalker Warlock to kind of finish this off. We didn't deal damage, so obviously they're just going to discard their own card of their choosing. It's going to be a Mirrex. That's fine-ish. They go for Clear Fire bricks, and they're going to be able to get lost on my Thought-Stalker Warlock. At this point, let's go ahead and put a stop at our upkeep here. I think it is relatively important to kind of get rid of our dead draws here. Oh, they actually don't. Now that they let the now that our little lizard here is friendly and alive, I think we'll go ahead and do this and go in for the maps instead. On the map, on the map, on the map, on the map. Aclazotz. Aclazotz is pretty damn good. If I don't see Sunfall, no Sunfall means Aclazotz is here to stay, so I think we can kind of rock with that. Let's get you big and juicy. Swing on in, and we got enough pressure here. Now we got at least some pressure established. And the Bronco. So they can kind of get rid of one thing here, but if they do that, obviously the Aclazotz comes out to play. Now, this is kind of gross, because the Aclazotz is, unfortunately, not going to be able to be cast here. But hopefully we can find a land, either with the... Ooh, tap. So they're just tapping me, huh? Plunge into Winter. That is annoying. In the main, too. Wow, okay. Scry one, draw a card. Interesting. I wouldn't really mind a Get Lost here at all, because I do want to find land for this Aclazotz, so... And they probably know that. Okay. Definitely an interesting list here. I've never seen Plunge into Winter. I mean, I've seen it before, but especially in the main, pretty bold here, but we'll see. They do seem relatively... sorcery instant heavy. Not a whole lot of creatures here, so... Let's go in for a Hopeless Nightmare. Hopefully we can give our opponent the Hopeless Nightmare. I think we want one. Just one. I think one is fine. Don't need more than one here, so... Okay, here we go, baby. I don't think there's really any other choice. I mean, I guess... I'll go for Swamp and then go for our lovely Aclazotz, the king of all discard. They probably just would get lost on the Aclazotz. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. We're going to have to burn through this Get Lost no matter what, so I think we just try this out. Alternatively, you could just, like, gamble, I suppose. We are going to hold up priority here, so if they do want to get rid of Aclazotz, we at least get to saddle up with our Bronco. So, see what they want to do with the Get Lost here. See, now that makes me pretty nervous. That makes me, like, pretty nervous here, because now I'm like, is this a Sunfall? Why would you get rid of the Bronco? That makes me extraordinarily nervous. I mean, like, surely they can't have the Sunfall, right? If you exile the Aclazotz, that's devastatingly bad. Alright, there's no top deck into a Sunfall. Fingers crossed. Alright, we're looking good there. Looking good there. I think it is worth trying. I mean, we have lethal, so we can at least present lethal. Yeah, let's try it out. Worst case scenario, we still get the Hostile Investigator, so I think this is probably worth trying. So let's try again. Still have 5 land, so this is Menace, so even if they do make a little fishy, they'd have to pay anyway, but they'd have Menace, so we do not get any such luck, unfortunately. Damn, that kind of sucks, but oh well. Plunge into Winter is not the end of the world here, as long as they're not exiling it, but they do kind of buy some time. Buying that time does make me pretty nervous. So let's swing in here. And I'm going to go in for it. Hostile Investigator. Now, a little nervous here. Obviously, they do get to discard, but if they have the almighty, dreaded Sunfall, did we get rid of 1 or 2? Hold on, just 1, right? Hello. That makes me feel very bad. Whenever they give you a cocky hello, that means we're probably screwed. Yeah, that's not that bad yet. Oh no, you knew it. You knew it. You knew that cocky hello. You just knew it. You just knew it. So that unfortunately is probably gonna put a damper on our night here. At least for this game here. We're getting pretty flooded. Hopeless Nightmare. Yeah, I think we might as well, right? Still definitely not over. But looking pretty bad. Looking pretty bad here. Beza, ouch. Ouch. Top decks for the... Alright, we're definitely going to have to make a comeback here. One problem is, like, what do we actually do? Yeah, Maze My Tome's going to give them some more life here. And Hopeless Nightmare is just not going to be really enough to kind of take this, I don't think so. I guess regarding what we should sideboard here, I don't really know. I guess maybe just like a Duress or 2. So I'm going to do this. The game is most likely over, but let's go ahead and regroup. And yes, so we can call this. Let's try to get him back here for that cocky hello. Wouldn't it feel nice? Wouldn't that feel nice to kind of get him back here with the hello? So start off with the Hopeless Nightmare. White Sun's Twilight. Interesting. Okay. I don't really care that much about this at all. We're not really that, like, I'm honestly not that big of a fan of this card. Let me be a hater for just a second. I mean, they gain life, I understand, like, it helps them out a little bit, but, like, I'm not really an aggro deck, and coming in tapped, like, it doesn't really matter too much to me, unless, like, it's, like, split up or something like that, so. Typically, it doesn't matter a ton to me. Sure, I guess we'll just stay mana efficient here. Getting stuck on 2 lands is really, really unfortunate, but we at least get to make them discard, so. To at least maximize our potential here. Another Clay-Fired Bricks. This is actually one of our... I think this has to be a pretty bad matchup for us because of the value, simply put. So, because, again, if we go for Hopeless Nightmare, they can just sack the Authority. So, it's kind of gross. But at least with the Braids, we get to at least trade it. It's mostly the life gain. The coming in tap is not that relevant, I don't think, at least. So, let's see if they sacrifice this. If not, we do get the draw, which is cool. Honestly, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we sit, because if I was in their position, I don't know. Would I give this up? I don't know, actually. So let's make them take the hard choice, and we'll take notes. And they decide to give me it, which is kind of nice. Negotiator. We definitely want the land. Do we want the Negotiator? I mean, I don't know. I think... Guess I'll take it. It is close. It is close, but we'll take it. Beza, gross. They get the max... Not max value. I guess they don't hit the lands from that, so that's kind of nice. I don't think there's really much else to do here. Let's go for the Throat, and then we just hit a Tinybones Joins Up. That feels okay. Don't think with the Braids there's really anything to do either, but we do get a nice little sack here, and they're kind of put in that same exact position, so if they want to trade for the Informant. Pretty brutal here, in all honesty, but it's okay. take our damage here and go in. Man, we could go for the Bronco, which gives us some more mana value, but I guess getting them to discard is a little bit more relevant because we are a discard deck. We want to be discarding early and often. So let's go ahead and do that, and they'll probably put in the same position. You got to imagine eventually they do sacrifice it, because again, it doesn't really hurt them as badly. Because again, I mean, the enchantment, this being an enchantment, really does put a damper on our day. White Sun's Twilight, at least this is not the whatchamacallit, the full-blown thing, so they didn't destroy the creatures, which feels pretty good. So now I think we can just go for Hostile Investigator, discard the last card, which hopefully it's something juicy. I would say it's pretty juicy. That does get rid of a Shelly, so you know what? Do I want to start being aggressive here is the question. I think I kind of do. I know this is... I got 3 of these. I'll say no for now, and we'll sack the clue. Again, with the Clayfire Bricks, though, this is like the perfect counter to our deck, though, because it gives them a card to sacrifice from Braids, and it gives them a Plains to discard. So it's just like, oh, this is like really unfortunate for us, but I think we're still sitting okay here. Now that they did whittle down to 2, I think we can kind of be a little bit more aggressive here. So let's go ahead and do just that. Plunge into Winter, draw a card, sure. I wish I had more discard. We're kind of out of discard, but they do still maintain efficiency here. I think we can try to mosey in an attack. If they've got like Sunfall or something like that, I think we're just kind of looking bad. If they've got Sunfall, we're just looking really bad. I'm going to sack a land here. Don't really want to sacrifice anything else, so... They do give me it, which is nice, but... Fingers crossed for no Sunfall. Always makes me nervous. Having them swing in with 2 makes me feel like they do. Can we recover from a Sunfall? Just like don't have it, and we won't worry about it if you just don't have it, right? Base is not as bad. Base is not as bad. They do gain life, but at least we can kind of mitigate that, so that's okay, I guess. Now we do have the lovely Aclazotz. I mean, we're already playing as if they don't have Sunfall, so like... The only question is, do I want to swing with the Shelly? I don't think I do, honestly. Because trading here is pretty catastrophic. But then again, we do kind of want to put some pressure on them. It's close, but I think we'll just drop down the Aclazotz. Man, if I swing in, they could double block. We do take a double trade, which is kind of nice. This is actually close. I think I want to be more aggressive, because eventually they're going to top deck. They have this, like, tap nonsense, and then, like, the, they have a lot of nonsense in their deck, is what I'm saying. So I think I do swing in. If they block here, chump block here, it's not great. It's not phenomenal. So they do opt not to do the Shelly thing. But I think we want to put that pressure on them. I know we don't get Braids this way, but still kind of keep up the pressure. And if they have Sunfall, we were just cooked anyway. You're always worried about it, obviously. Kind of just ends the match right on the spot. Okay, that's better. I mean, that's better than a Sunfall, but it's still pretty damn bad. Okay. Temple of the Dead. Bronco. We do get our Aclazotz back, but it is tapped, and now they've got 5 Phyrexian Mites. Woof. I do think this is showing off our worst matchup, though. And, I mean, we're hanging in there. Obviously, it's not going our way. We are kind of hanging in there as best as possible. Nice little deck here, though. I mean, honestly, I can't hate on it. This is pretty nice. You don't see this a whole lot from other type of decks here. Most of the white decks are running, like, Caretaker's Talent and that kind of stuff here, so I don't think we have too much of else of a choice here. Gonna have to make the trade. It's not fun. Thought-Stalker Warlock, sure. What's the alternative here? Do we go for Hopeless Nightmare and then go for a fish? I mean, we could do that. These 2/2s are definitely a problem. Or do I go for you and just trade with a Might? Like, is that what we do? Is that what we're doing here? I guess either way, let's just do this. Whatever this is, nice scary card. Split up, okay. I don't know if I can really swing in here, like, realistically speaking. Because I'm not really a... It's close, but I think because we do have the Warlock, I think we do make the swing here. It's not my most comfortable thing here. So I'm more worried about the whatchamacallit. Just trading here. So we're going to take, what, two more poison counters on the back end here. Don't care about the life. The life's irrelevant to me. Fountainport, sure. I'm going to put a stop at my upkeep here, just in case that is relevant for the Hopeless Nightmare. Gotta imagine they're swinging here, and I am blocking. We are definitely committed to blocking here. So I'm going to take 2. I think that's doable. Oh, they are going to swing in here. So now this makes me a little bit... We could do lethal on the back end here, but I don't think we're going to survive the Phyrexian Might here, so I think we still block. Because that's 7. Hold on. We can be a little sneaky here. We could be really greedy. I don't care about the life. Life's fine. We can 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We can survive that. It's not a problem. I'm thinking maybe we go for Hopeless Nightmare. And try to find some removal. And then remove 1. And then try to go in for the win on the back end here. I think I'm going to do that. I know that seems absolutely insane. So we're going to go up to 7 poison counters, which is pretty brutal. But now we go for Hopeless Nightmare. And I'm just looking for some sort of spot removal so that we can prevent the Phyrexian Might dealing lethal. So, fingers crossed. We do get a draw with Aclazotz as well. So... Oh, this is not it. This is not it. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. That is not it. That is also not it. Ooh. Well, that plan kind of went out the window, huh? I don't think we can even, like, really risk it anymore, which is pretty brutal. So maybe I swing with you. We still can block you, and that's 2 going through. Let's take a draw. We're gonna roll the dice here. We do get our removal, which is nice, but it did come a little late. So I guess it's better than not having it at all. Another Merix is fine. Are we golden here or no? I think we're okay. This can't block. I think we're looking good here. So nowhere to run on a Might. I think we just let it all go through, right? So we can go Bandit's Talent, have them lose 2 life at the beginning of their upkeep. So let's just do that. We go up to 9. 9 poison counters. Don't lose life, obviously. And then the Merix doesn't do anything. They're tapped out. Thankfully, they dropped the Merix to show me they don't have anything. Hello! Well, hey. Let's go ahead and give them hello with Tamiyo. That seems fitting. And now we got the Hopeless Nightmare. We're looking good here, man. That should be lethal, right? This is not a Fountainport. This is a demolition field, so nothing here. They give me a nice, well, gotta appreciate the good support here, but still got 1 more to go here. Bam, bam. Hopeless Nightmare, baby. I don't know if they didn't think I was packing a nice little thing here. Thinking, yeah. Thinking, here we go. All right, you know what? I like this guy. All right, I'm not sweating, you're sweating. Let's go ahead and take this. Looks decent enough, right? Authority of the Councils. Dude, how much do we hate this card? I mean, I think the jury's still out on it, but we'll see. With Tinybones, I think that's a nice little 1-2 combo. I really do not like this Clay-Fired Bricks. This is like the worst card ever. It's so efficient against discard deck. This is where I start to believe those conspiracy theories. I'm like, what? How? I've never seen this kind of deck here in my life. Let me pair us up against a discard deck. This is like the perfect counter. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and drop our little Tinybones here. Hopefully, we can have this survive, because we got Liliana. Liliana with our lovely Tinybones. That's pretty good. Like, they're going to have to take care of that, because if we're having them discard literally every single turn, they can't like that. Ooh, now do we go for Lily, or we could go for Duress into Bronco? Well, I don't want a Fountainport. I don't want to give them a reason to Demolition Field, so let's go ahead and wait on that. I discard maybe like a Clayfire Bricks or something. Is that kind of what we're going after, I guess? Let's try it out. Let's try it out. So Lily, we'll kind of put Lily on the back burner here for just a second. Get lost. It's pretty unfortunate, but at least we get some map tokens for our troubles. Devout Decree, exile target that's black or red. So that's definitely a problem. That's going to get rid of our Lily. I think we just do the Devout Decree and we'll worry about the Sunfall later. I think that's okay. And they're not going to be able to Sunfall for at least another turn. Not enjoying this at all, though. Because look at this. Clayfire Bricks, again, this card is like literally driving me insane. They go, oh, okay, we got Hopeless Nightmare. We're good. Whew, all right, that was, whew, we're good. Hopeless Nightmare into Lily. We're going to lose our Go for the Throat here, but that's okay. That's okay. Honestly, our Go for the Throat's not very relevant anyway, truth be told, so... Let's swing in first, just so the Caustic Bronco is going to give us something here. So, a Swamp. I'm a little bit nervous about like a Beza or something like that, but let's go in for our lovely Liliana, and this Sunfall is going to get the hell out of here.
Those who get in my way tend to regret.
Yes, just because of Beza alone, we'll keep... That's fine. I don't want to sit here and overthink it and rope the opponent too much here, so... Maze Mind Tome is a little annoying. They can't get card advantage, so I would imagine they wait here. Whoa! Okay, that... Unless this is a land... Okay, they got completely suckered out on that one. Like, completely. Because why would you do that while I have a discard? That is pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's go for at least one map token here. Then we can kind of decide if we want a Fountainport. And we definitely don't want the discard stuff here, that's for sure. Because if I want to plus the Lily, we are going to kind of screw ourselves a little bit in that regard, but... This is a little bit... We gotta be a little bit more meticulous than I'd like to be here. So I can do this, sacrifice a token, draw a card. I'm gonna commit to just saying screw that, I guess. Map. Aclazotz feels pretty damn delicious. I guess we'll keep that. If they top deck into a Beza, I'll feel absolutely mortified. Let's go ahead and swing in here. We're going to take our Aki. I do want to start plussing the Lily, though. I mean, if worst case scenario, they won't get the... if they get Beza, right? So if they go for Beza, they won't get the tokens, because we'll have an even amount of creatures. Okay, and a land. Okay. Tome. Sure. So far, so good. I would imagine they want to play it. No matter what this is, they're going to want to have to drop it, because I do have Lily up and at them. Demolition Field is not that bad at all. I mean, if they want to waste their time with this, that seems okay with me. I guess we're going to get this back here, so whatever. Nope, Z. All right. That's fine. That's neither here nor there. We got plenty of basics. I assure you, we got plenty of swamps. We're looking like Donkey and Shrek from Shrek. With all the swamps. So, pass. Alright, this is definitely a nail biter here. I think we're kind of leaning towards looking pretty damn good here, but nevertheless, let's go ahead and take our Hopeless Nightmare and plan our next attack. Bronco, Tinybones. Tinybones, I mean, we do love Tinybones. That's kind of the purpose of the whole theme of the deck here, but it's also a little slow. I'm not really sure what else I'd really want. They have something they don't have anything for me to steal, so no to the Tinybones, and the Bronco is actually kind of okay. I guess it doesn't really matter that much, because if we're plussing Lily, like, we're just plussing Lily. That's just it, so... Yeah, let's just do that. Plus Lily. If this is like a go, you know, whatever the hell, something crazy, Plunge into Winter's not that bad. We can kind of, we can rock with that. Because when they do draw a card, it's just going to get discarded anyway. So, whatever it is. Yeah, I gotta go for the Bronco. Split up. Yeah, we like that. And now we drop the Aclazotz. We've got Liliana. Please no Sunfall. Even if they... Man, ooh, this is pretty rough here. Because, like, even if we get plus Ultimate Lily, I think Sunfall is still, like, not good, obviously. Alright. The only thing we're, like, devastatingly would be crippling would be, obviously, Sunfall land. We take it. Oh my god, what a nail biter. Good game. Mutani. Is that a, hold on, is that a creature or is it Multani? Is it Multani with an L? I don't know. Either way, how you doing here? Nicobolas into some plain sleeves. What's going on there? I guess we'll see. I guess we'll find out soon enough. You know, you can call me paranoid, you can call me whatever you want, but I know this creature. I've seen it many a times, and I don't really want anything to do with it. I'm just gonna cut down. I do not even want to risk a Shard Mage's Rescue. I don't care. I already know next turn I'm gonna be going in for Duress and Hopeless Nightmare, so this is gonna be the Pixie deck. Alright, I can't even get mad at this deck because this is definitely going to be they do a lot of discarding, but like I'm a discard deck, so can I get really mad at them? I don't think so. Duress, ooh, this town ain't big enough is way more annoying in my opinion, so yeah, this card is busted, man. So much more annoying than anything else we got to offer, so I heard you like discard, my friend. I guess they haven't really shown me any discard, but I know that's what this deck likes to do. We want to go for Bandit. Do we just want to go straight in for Lily? I think we just go, let's play it slow. We're at 19 life. We're under no like real pressure. So if I go for Bandit's Talents and then just kind of plus it, there's nowhere to run. It's kind of sitting a little bit awkwardly. I imagine they'd probably just ditch this, but we'll see. I guess like should I have gone for Lily there? Sack the Otter. I mean, it feels decent. They can go for Storm Chaser's Talent and just get back that this town ain't big enough anyway, but that does take a pretty big mana sink here. So, Fear of Isolation, yeah, okay. See, now, I guess they're going to have to go in for what? This town ain't big enough or whatever. With that, but that's still another turn away, so I think we can kind of get away with just dropping Shelly here. Let's just drop Shelly here. They can't enjoy seeing that. So down 2, we're going to start draining them. Feels okay. Level, whatever the hell. I would really like to top deck into some another discard here. That'd be very, very phenomenal, so we can kind of get rid of this town ain't big enough kind of nonsense here. So what's the alternative? I guess we can pump this up, but has 1 or fewer, which they don't, so I'm not worried about that too much. I guess we just swing in. They're going to take a chump block, I'd assume. Sure. But this kind of whittles them down, because now Lily is safe. So now Lily is safe. If I plus here, this is obvious. I didn't think the game was over, but... Alright, I think we're going to go ahead and keep on mulliganing this. Let's go ahead and do that. 2 Shellys feels pretty good. Do I really have to get rid of a Shelly? Oh, alright. Feels terrible, but it has to be done. It has to be done. Storm Chaser's Talent. Don't like seeing that on turn 1. This is pretty much like the glue of the deck, so... Oh, the heck? I'm just thinking some more coffee here. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Pretty sure Hopeless Nightmare is a 1-drop. Come to think of Hopeless Nightmare, probably going to see some of that in this, I would expect, but we'll see. Another Storm Chaser's Talent. Alright. Hopefully we are low enough to a ground so we can grab something, but it's just a land, and that is pretty wicked. Wickedly unfortunate. Got this Anoint with Affliction. I guess we can just kind of stay put. We're not under, like, super crazy pressure, but another Storm Chaser's Talent. Oh my god. I think this is a decent opportunity to just kind of cut down here. Before the prowess triggers go off and they protect it or whatever the hell, so... 3 talents, huh? These otters are pretty damn talented, I'll tell you what. So I guess we'll just end the turn again. Alright, see what you got here. I'm just gonna go in for that same trick, I would assume. So Fear of Isolation, or this town ain't big enough? Because I saw them targeting their own creatures here. I guess we just cut one down? I guess. Do I really want to Anoint with Affliction this otter? Is it really, like, that bad? Not, like, really, right? Well, I mean, we are going to drop down this Shelly next turn, for sure. Like, for sure. We know that. Land with Shelly. So... I guess it's gonna have to just be this. Sure, I guess. We kind of like slow them down, I guess, right? Feels okay. Cut down, we can use that later, but I'm dropping Shelly. I'm not messing around here, baby. Shelly, get down here. My beautiful Phyrexian operator. Seems alright. Worst case scenario, I mean, they do have like Sheltered by Ghosts. We can kind of get our Shelly back. If they do this, they can go for this. I mean, we're still looking kind of okay here. This town ain't big enough, just bounces it back. So, Phyrexian Arena. Phyrexian Arena, man, this card sees absolutely like no love. I think we do just want to kind of put the... clock on here, so let's get an extra damage here. That feels pretty good. Sure. Into the Phyrexian Arena. I imagine they go in for this town ain't big enough, but again, the Shelly still stays. It just bounces to our hand, so that's really not the end of the world. If I was more worried about Sheltered by Ghosts, we could kind of keep the Shelly, but this is okay. We can kind of we can rock with this. Oh no! No! Oh! Let's give him a crying face here. I kind of wasn't expecting that for some reason, even though it's like pretty much I mean, it's not exactly. Shouldn't be shocking, but it kind of is here. Do get a Braids, okay. Okay, I kind of forgot about that whole aspect. I didn't see one. I forgot this deck discards a lot, so... Do I just go in for Braids? Now I'm kind of thinking, do I just keep the Swamp? In case they do make me discard again? Come to think of it, I might just want to... Hold on. I go for Hopeless Nightmare here. They just sack this, I would assume. But if I sacrifice a land, they don't really want to do that, I don't think. Is this too cute? No, let's just scry. Let's just scry. Let's just scry. They can match me here, unfortunately, but I did the scry, so. Hopeless Nightmare feels pretty good. Go for the Throat feels decent. Is Go for the Throat decent, though? I guess so. I don't want to rope. Oh my god, I'm roping. I'm roping! I guess it is relevant. I mean, they do have creatures going on, so they're going to get another Storm Chaser's talent. I guess it's relevant. I did not think the game was over. I think the opponent kind of like premature scooped twice, but I'll take it.